Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Creative Blockman podcast. Today is an episode of The Art of Things. We have a guest that I've been excited to have on the podcast for months, to say the least. He also has his own YouTube channel. He's the OG in the car industry in South Africa. He's an OG Chicano as well. And I have none other than Chip Moosa. Thank you again for just taking the time out of your day. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. It's like I was telling you earlier off camera, this means a lot to me. This is not just a conversation that I'm going to have and I'm going to disappear. I'll probably be here next week to come and thank you again. So again, thank you so much.
Cool. Thanks for having me, bro. And what's up to the viewers? Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. And I love doing stuff like this. I love talking. I love being invited for stuff because I feel like this is how you grow. And we feed off each other and we learn.
100%, yeah. Like, and even I was a bit nervous, to be honest. Like on my way here, I was nervous. But like your energy and stuff like that from the get-go, you're very welcoming. So thank you. Like
no stress,
it's not
bro.
always that people actually give off that energy. It's sometimes hard to find nowadays. So again, thank you for just being so welcoming. I mean,
no
even
stress.
like what you said to Katie is like, this is your house, go wherever you want. I was like, damn. That's hectic. So yeah, I mean, let's get right into it.
Cool.
Where did your love for cars and where did Chicano's basically originate? Where did it start? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so first of all, my love for cars started at a very young age. Like most kids, if you were a boy, you'd be playing with matchbox cars, building Legos. And I found myself that I was the type of kid that would know which car drove past from the sound of the engine. In my Matston, we used to call our, I don't know what you call it nowadays, but you know your Matston where you keep your stationery. I used to, back in the day, the auto trader used to come out and then you'll cut pictures of a IS, you'll cut pictures of a Porsche. And I used to take those small pictures and put it in my Matston and open it up, and that was my daydreaming moment, you know. So I was that kid that always played with matchbox cars. I loved model cars. I loved building the small kit cars. I used to buy the airplane kits just to use the paint so I could repaint the matchbox cars and color the wheels, you know. So I always had a fascination with cars, and that's where my love started.
Yeah, from a young age.
Yeah, from a young age. And also, I mean, growing up where I grew up in Lodium, and coming from the family I came from, my parents were not rich. I didn't come from a wealthy family, you know, but my dad always had a classic car.
Yeah.
And even though now we see it as a classic car, but back then that was the cars that were available. So he had a old school blue Ford Cortina. He had an old school VW bus. He had a Volvo 122.
Those buses are fetching good numbers.
Big money, 100%. Even the Volvos. He had a 518. He had a Ford Zephyr. And I always tell people that back in the day when I was younger, when you sit in the car, you get that distinct smell. Each car smells different. And I have memories of driving to the dam, listening to Bee Gees with my brother, with my dad, excited for that fishing trip, you know? And that's memories I hold on to, and cars were an important part of those memories, you know? So that's where my love started.
Yeah, that's what I like about this one thing that you said, and it took me back to high school.
Yeah.
We used to wait outside after school, obviously, for my parents to come pick us up. And I had a friend, his name was Alex. Yeah. His mom had I think it was a Golf 2, or I think it was a Golf 2. Yeah. And there was an exhaust system on it, XYZ. And he automatically knew, all of us knew actually. Yeah. When she was coming up the road, we're like, Alex, you're going home now. It's time for you to go home. And that's one thing I can relate to as well. You hear the sound of a car like a Lambo. Yeah. A Lambo drives past you now.
You'll know.
Both of us are going to be like, it's probably
that's a Lambo.
Yeah. So that's the cool thing. That's also what I love about cars. And we're going to touch on how I feel that like you're an artist. Yeah. And cars have that emotion. Yeah. And I feel any form of art kind of taps back into an emotion.
100%.
Even the way they make music.
Yes.
before I had a friend, his name was Buddha. Well, his name is still Buddha, not was.
Yeah.
He's still alive. Well, his nickname was Buddha.
Okay.
And he studied sound engineering, and he actually told me that there's certain frequencies that will make you feel
A certain way.
a certain way.
Yeah.
That's why all your like summer, vibey music,
Yeah.
it's all kind of not the same, but it
Yeah.
sounds similar.
Yes.
And I get that same feeling from a car, like I don't know if I'm sure a car must have like some sort of frequency or something.
Yeah, I know
but you
that
can get into
decibel
the
level.
car and
Yeah.
you can just kind of take it back to a place.
Yeah.
Take it back to, like you said,
Yeah.
driving, listening to music,
Yes.
listening to BJs. You can actually take it back to a memory. That's why I always believed that cars are 100% an art form.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next thing, how would you, so let's say I'm a customer.
Yeah.
I come here today and I've got an E30.
Yeah.
What's your process? How do you go about it? Do you just sit back, look at the car and you think, okay, cool, let's maybe start with a rim. Let's do this. Or I remember Chip, I think it was...
Chip Foos. Yeah, Chip Foos.
Yes,
Yeah, that's how I got my
man,
nickname, by the way.
Is that how you got
Yeah.
Katie, remember you wanted to find out?
Yeah. So let me tell you guys about that story. So whoever you speak to from my past, and I mean in school and friends that grew up with me, I'm actually in my high school reunion group.
Okay.
And when the E9 went viral, all the oaks in the high school group, the exact words was, now we understand why you used to draw cars in your book. Now it makes sense,
Yep.
And I used to sketch cars. I was very good at drawing. I haven't drawn in a very long time. But I used to sketch, I used to sketch VR6s, E30s, all old school cars, minis, escorts, in the back of my school books, which used to get me into a lot of trouble, by the way, with my parents and the teachers.
Are you doing your school?
Yeah,
yes,
you're doing.
I promise.
But I'm busy sketching with the crayons and stuff. But so a very good friend of mine is Bernard Stander, very passionate car guy. He's like my big brother as well.
Yeah.
So at my previous shop in 2016, I remember this clearly. I did his interior, and I thought, and he kept so I have it in my mind. I won't say photographic, but I see it in my mind. I can picture, like if I look at the E30 behind you, it's in a shell, but I don't see a shell. Like realistically, I see how the car's gonna look after.
Yeah, it's complete already in your mind.
Yeah, it's complete in my mind. And I'm trying to explain how his door panels and his interior is gonna look, and he can't visualize it. So I'm like, okay, let me sketch it. And then I started sketching the door panels, and as I'm sketching, he got a picture of me, and he posted it on Facebook, and he says, what did he say? He said, America has Chip Foos, SA has Chip Moosa. And from 2016, that is when Chip Moosa was born, and that name stuck.
Yeah.
So that's how I got my nickname, Funny Story. Yeah.
That's crazy because Katie and I were actually speaking earlier, and he was like, I'm going to ask Chip a sensitive, maybe it might be a sensitive topic, but how did Chip come about? So
Yeah.
you got your answers.
Got your answer, bro.
The viewers, I'm sure you guys have an answer already.
Yeah.
Katie knows his government name. We won't share that. So back to your process.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chip Foos had. We've all seen it.
Yeah.
Him drawing the car. X, Y, Z. Tell us a little bit about what your process is.
Okay, so I'm fortunate, right? Now at this point where I am and where Chicanos is, a lot of clients will, and I'm saying this like possibly about 90% of clients come to me and they tell me, okay, I want to build my car, and I'm like, okay, what do you want done? No, I want A, B, C, D done. And if it's a full build, I'll ask them questions to establish what type of a person they are. Because you get certain people, like I'm the type of person, I like loud stuff, I like bold stuff. And then you get certain people that don't like bold stuff.
Yeah, they want to come in.
And maybe
OEM.
a OEM, or maybe like I'd like for example, I'm using Celeb. I'd like a teal interior. The person doesn't want a loud interior, they want possibly a natural color. So I ask those questions. But now I actually find that a lot of clients like literally hand me the keys. Chip, send me the invoice, build the car the way you would build it for yourself.
Yeah.
And that to me is a honor, because the client trusts my vision.
Yeah.
And the client allows me to express my creativity, you know, and even my staff, I allow them to also give a lot of creative input. And from when they started with me, they were used to doing things normal. And then when they worked with me throughout the years, you can call it abstract.
Yes.
If you want to, you know.
You see, there's an art term, guys.
Yeah, abstract
art.
yeah.
See,
Definitely.
customizing cars is an art form.
It is an art form. Like it's a reflection of your personality. I'm the type of person, like growing up, I could express myself through, believe it or not, bro, I was like a dancer.
Oh, okay.
My nickname was Tariq Break Dancer.
Nice.
So I was that guy, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Creativity's been in you, like it's actually been in you for
a very long
forever,
time.
basically,
Yeah.
if you think about it, which is kind of cool because, you know, it shows that naturally you've always just been a creative person.
100%.
Now you found your passion and what you love and you just implement it.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
really cool.
And you know, I was always a type of person that would express myself through dance, through my clothing, you know, so because I couldn't express myself like sit and express, you know, I always had to do something and the way people react. So I do it knowing that someone would say, bro, that's a nice sneaker. Bro, that's a killer tracksuit. Bro, that move was awesome, you know. So that was my way of expressing. And cars have allowed me to do that because I'm a fidgety person. My mind is always working. I'm always thinking. I struggle to sleep. But it's not because I have a problem. It's because I'm always thinking of stuff. My mind is always working, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting.
Kind of reminds, like, there's times where like I'll be busy with something and then I'll send Katie a picture of something that's completely random and he's like, how did you even think of that? Like, why did you, where did that come from?
Yeah, but it's,
so I understand. I understand
you needed
what
to get it out. Yeah.
What you mean by that. So obviously now you're in that fortunate position where customers do come in and say, here's the keys, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But there must be still, I mean, obviously you want to make it the customer's car.
Yeah.
So do you like take them through the process, be like, okay, listen, I'm thinking this, and this.
Yeah.
What do you think? You know, back and forth.
Yeah. So I normally suggest stuff.
Okay.
So like, for example, if I know what type of car you like. So for example, if the client loves celeb and they want a celeb effect, then I'll give suggestions that's going to give them the celeb effect. If they like the Skoko effect or the Vato effect, then I'll give them that suggestion. So I always leave the client with more than one option because I feel it's important to get the client involved and also get their input. Because ultimately something simple like an interior can make you hate your car or love your car because your interior is where you spend majority of your time in your car.
Yeah.
So if I'm the person that likes loud stuff and you might want your car to look cool but not loud, and I go and I put a peach interior in your car, you're going to hate it.
Yeah.
You know, so there is that level of getting clients involved. And I love it. You know, I love it when people give me input. I love it when oaks say, I like this wheel, I don't like that wheel, you know, because again, like you touched on, it's an emotion.
Yes, yeah.
The cars I build, my clientele has changed from when I started out to where I am now. I build a lot of cars for celebrities, businessmen that are successful.
Yeah.
And back in the day, they never could afford what they can afford now.
Yeah.
So there's always that little kid inside of them that is saying, one day when I'm big, I want to own a Gushesh, I want to own a bag Benz, I want to own this, you know. So there's a lot of emotion.
It's taking it back to their childhood. And
Yeah. So it's quite nice. I also enjoy doing father and son projects.
Okay.
I enjoy it a lot. I get emotional purely because my mom and dad passed away when I was 17.
Okay.
So in a car accident. Yeah. And I was never able to share that passion and dream with my dad.
Yes.
You know, and I would have loved it. I had limited time with them. And that's where it stopped. And I always sit back and think to myself, okay, if my mom and dad was alive, I'd love to have built my father a car. You know, I'd love to, you know, have them involved here to see.
Yeah, build the E30 together.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so just that father and son project. So it's quite special to me. I get emotional when I do projects like that, and I'm doing a lot of projects like that, you know. So that's one of the perks of this job.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you also get to meet a lot of, I mean, so many different people. Like you said, you build cars for celebrities, businessmen, father and son. You did one recently, wasn't the blue? It
The
was a
blue E30,
It's actually here today.
Yes, it's here today. Yeah.
Do you want to discuss that a little bit?
Yeah.
Touch more on that?
So that's a cool project. Father and son. The youngster's quite lucky. He's an A student. So the dad told him, "Okay, son, what car do you want to own at 16?" And he's like, "Dad, I want an IS, but I want Chip to build it." And I'm like, okay, cool. Now that's an honor.
Sorry to cut you off. That guy's got such a cool dad.
Yeah, he does. I asked his dad if he can adopt me, but he didn't want.
Me too, please.
Yeah, you come with. You're part of the package.
Yes.
And KD as well.
We're all getting adopted.
Yeah, you getting adopted. You getting adopted.
Everybody's getting adopted.
So anyway, he came through. Like everyone that I meet that's not very in tune with the car market, you are shocked at what the IS sell for. And he wasn't willing to go and give his 16-year-old kid an IS at that price at the age of 16, which I agree with him, you know. So then he asked me, okay, what else can we do? I said, okay, let's build an IS replica. So we took a 320 chrome bumper, and car was okay. It needed a full rebuild, and we converted the car completely to an IS spec. And what was nice is that I created a group, and we have this thing where twice a week, if we're building your car, you'll get a progress update on your car. So my admin lady will send you progress, so you know more or less where you are. And it allows you to keep a record of what work was done and every
it's like
stage.
a photo logbook, basically.
Yes, 100%. So he chose his color, which is the M3 CS blue.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. San Marino blue. He chose his color interior. He chose his wheel, which I thought was cool because in a way, it's like he's buying a brand new E30 and he gets to spec it exactly the way he wants. You know, I mean, if E30s were still being sold, I'd love that. That would be a dream.
Going into the dealership like this.
Yeah, give me this Alpina wheel.
Yeah.
Give me this, give me that. You know that. So that's the cool part about the build. And so they were blown away by the car. In fact, the car almost sold. A very super famous celebrity came and offered to buy the car.
Oh, damn.
At a very, 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 very good price.
You heard how many variants?
Yeah. The highest, a 320 chrome bumper converted to an IS would have been sold in this country, but I'm not talking figures.
Yeah, there's no need for that.
Can't talk figures. And then the Oak just pulled out of the deal. In fact, he pulled out today of the deal.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm
that
sure
was
that
quite
was
fun.
more emotional as well. Like you don't really want to sell that car.
Yeah. And they only sold because...
Did they sell?
They only agreed to sell because they were making a very good profit.
Yeah.
And it would get them into another car and they wanted to build another one and sell. That was quite fun. It was a lacquer project. The car was trending.
Yeah. It is beautiful. I've been following your YouTube channel for quite some time.
Yeah.
I think it was in a few videos.
Yes, it was on a few videos.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. Stunning car, yeah.
Now, obviously, it's like I said to you earlier off camera, you technically have my dream job.
Yeah.
You know, this is, I'm very passionate about cars.
Nice.
A lot of people that know me know that I'm passionate about cars. If it was up to me, I'd be building cars in my head every day, all day. Now, I'm sure it's all like fun and games and all, like I say, it's amazing to do and it must be such a great job. But what are some of the challenges that you actually face with?
Sure. So I'm grateful. Like you mentioned, it's a dream job. Back in the day, I never ever thought that I would be working on cars that I dreamt of owning and dreamt of building. Number one, right? Number two is doing what you love, that's my motto. Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Too many people go through life thinking that you need to put your dreams on hold for a paycheck. I don't agree with that because life is short, like we spoke earlier.
Yeah, life is very short.
Do you really want to wake up at 45 with regret? So that's something I encourage everyone to do. Follow your dreams and do what you love. I promise you the job satisfaction is next level. And also it will show in your work.
Yeah.
I took you guys around the red IS and I showed you guys that I had to strip the car. The car was done.
I got hot sore even.
Yeah.
Guys, this car was done. If you could see it now.
Yeah.
I literally got hot sore.
It was literally, we just finished the car. I was doing my quality checks and I picked up 2 issues on the car. And there was no way to work around it. So now we stripped the car back to a shell. And now we've got a panel beat the complete corner to get the car straight. And the car was just here because they painted it was a full build, but he wasn't happy with the color. The shade of red wasn't the correct shade of red. And he seen the red E30 wagon that we built and he wanted his car that color. So that's why he brought it in. And when he seen what we do, he said, okay, rebuild the whole car, So that's a challenge. We work with old cars. I'm grateful. I'm fully booked till next year, April, May. It's a very good problem to have. But space is an issue. I need more staff. I can't keep on turning work away.
Yes.
But this challenge on this car will affect the other cars.
Yes, 100%,
So that's a challenge that I'm trying to work around. We experience it quite often. Like I explained to you guys earlier, we've got an E12 that came in for some work and it came non-mobile. We rebuilt the car, but we didn't do everything because we weren't tasked to do everything.
Yeah.
And we've just been picking up issue after issue after issue. And that's now delaying other cars. So because of the type of cars we build and because of the condition of the cars that we get, like a client will say the car was running, but the car comes on the tow truck and you see the caliper seals are seized. So there's all this like hidden stuff that you don't know unless you get the car running and you work through, So that's a challenge.
Yeah, so the age, you could say that.
Yeah, the age of the
and
car.
These cars are very, not that they're not reliable or strong or well-built cars. It's just they're delicate. They're old. They're like 30-something years old.
100%.
So of course, there's going to be 1 or 2 things that aren't working the way it should.
Yes. And also a lot of them are not maintained, So that's a challenge. My other challenge that I face is staffing. And I'm being open and honest on this podcast. As a CEO and the owner of this business, a lot of people come because they want my personal touch on the car.
Yeah.
But I find that as a CEO, I'm working in the business and I'm not working on the business. So that is a challenge. So I've tried to get managers. Sure, that has been my struggle. And I'm trying to get the correct staff to help me run the business. So I don't need to sit here and worry about glue and you understand because
you want to run Chicano's customs.
I want to do this.
Yes.
I want to go and look for the next car to buy,
Next IS.
Yes, next IS. So, I need to do stuff like that. I need to look at the figures holistically and say, right, we made a loss here, we made a profit here, but I can't do that now. I'm doing it, but I've got too much on my plate and I can't seem to find the correct staff to help me run this place. My workshop staff are amazing. My Oaks know they will make mistakes.
Oh, of course, naturally.
Every business does.
Yeah.
But I find that the management staff, I am struggling. Like if anyone that you've interviewed that owns a business can maybe give me a tip on that, I'll really appreciate it. And part of the reason why I think I'm struggling is because a lot of people see what's on Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah.
And
they
they're
see
like
face value. They don't see
They don't
everything
see
else.
the work, bro. I mean, what's the time now? I'm here.
9 o'clock.
Yeah,
It's 9 o'clock.
my 2 Oaks are here because we're trying to push and get work out. all my staff is gone home, management staff, you know. If
Yeah.
it was me back in the day, I want to prove myself in the business.
Yeah.
I want to show my boss that I'm dedicated because I want an increase. I want a promotion. I want my boss to trust me and say, here's the keys, run my business, because that is a trophy on its own.
And that's where you grow. I mean,
Yeah.
we were speaking earlier. I'm also in business. I've got businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're not the only one that suffers with
Yeah, I know.
finding the, you know. And when you do, you know, you obviously have to look after that person,
Yeah.
XYZ. But there's been so many times. I mean, I've had a guy that stole a lot from me, and
Yeah.
I took care of him. I mean, to the
Yeah.
point where he had a car, his petrol was paid for, XYZ. He ate. I'm one of those people. I'm a very giving person. I won't. I'll never be able to sit here and have a meal
Without you.
we
Yeah.
all have to
I'm
eat.
the same.
If we're not all eating, it's just not going to happen. I'd rather go hungry. I mean, it was the same with them. I made sure, you know, you look after the person, but what they see is
Opportunity.
I'm going to leave now.
Yeah.
I'm leaving at, let's say, at 4. Little do they know that I'm leaving to go to another one of my businesses, or to go and, let's say my mom needs to go home, etc., etc. I'm going to drive an hour and a half now just to
Yeah.
go close up.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to drive an hour and a half just to go close up the business. But they'll think, he's going to go home now.
Yeah.
He's going to go take a nap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even today, I'm sure when I left work today, my managers were like, oh, this guy's going to go have such a lack of time.
Yeah. They
Little
don't
do
know.
they know
Yeah.
it's 9 o'clock at night. They're probably in bed watching
Yeah.
Netflix.
And you're
I'm
grinding.
here doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're always, I think that's the biggest problem with other people. They'll see, okay, Chip put me in this position. He gave me X, Y, and Z roles to do. Maybe, I'm sure the first 3 months, the guy was great. Probably.
Yeah, first month and a half, and then they
was
just
good.
lose it.
Yeah. Then after that, it's like, no, but I want to be Chip.
Yeah.
But they don't realize, okay, put in the 10. How long have you been doing this for, if you don't mind me
Yeah,
asking?
20 something years. 22 years.
Put in the 22 years of work, do what you
Yeah.
did, and then by all means, then you can say, yes,
Yeah.
now I can be the Chip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest problem that I think from a management perspective that
Yeah.
a lot of businesses
Yeah.
face. You know, a guy comes in 1-2 years and he wants to be my boss.
Yeah.
Or they want to be your boss, for
Yeah.
example. It just doesn't work like that. You know, it takes a lot of time and you didn't build this
No, bro.
overnight.
Yo.
It took years.
Yeah, and I mean, how many times have you fallen
100%.
throughout your journey?
Yeah.
It's everyone falls, you know. It's not easy. I mean, we survived COVID. A lot of businesses didn't.
Yeah. The fact that you guys did is
Already
that's
is a
already
blessing.
well done.
We didn't have to cut staff. We didn't have to cut salaries.
goosebumps.
Yeah, you know, so and also, and you know, thinking back at COVID, this business is quite cash flow intense. So I might plan, okay, end of the month, I'm banking on these cars finishing, and these cars don't finish. Now you sit in a problem, okay, I need to pay salaries, I need to pay rent, where do I get the money? You know, and I don't think a lot of businesses are in a position where they're sitting fat in their bank account.
No.
You know, I'm not in that position, to be honest with you.
Neither am I.
I'd
I'm
like,
sure a lot of businesses
Yeah.
aren't. Face value again.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe they look like it's
yeah, but it's
rolling.
not, bro.
No.
And I mean, COVID, I really like COVID. If I think back, I had a W115 Benz. Very nice car. I loved it. It was slammed. It had white walls with hubcaps, and I used to enjoy driving that car as a daily because it was cool. I felt cool in the car, you know. And I actually ended up selling that car to pay salaries. COVID.
see.
You know, and that's the sacrifice I made, not for myself, but for my staff, so my staff can get something, you know.
Exactly.
And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because as a business owner, that's the type of sacrifices you take and you make, you know, for your staff.
Yeah, you're the one up at night not sleeping.
Yes, you're the one
You're
that's
wondering like, yes, this
gotta pay suppliers.
Things are hectic. Like I need to sort out this supplier. This guy already phoned me twice today asking for payment.
100%.
And then again, going back to the manager,
Yeah,
your past manager that you had
yeah,
after work, you guy went home
yeah.
and relaxed.
Relax,
You know what I mean?
chill, doesn't care, you know, and I find that is a problem that I'm struggling with. I don't know how to fix it. In fact, the whole time I did the shoot earlier, and with InKabi winning, I've always done TV stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never done such big TV stuff, and it was always the cars that I needed to. But now it's me,
Yeah.
you know, and now I like sure, bro. I've got another 3 interviews booked this week. There's talks of 2 TV shows.
Damn. Okay.
So how do I now grow my brand and still grow my business when I gotta worry about the spanner laying on the floor or the customer's part? You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at right now. And I hope that I can find the right person to help me manage this business and see what I see, you know? Because again, it's come from a single garage, building cars back in the day. I resigned from Nissan South Africa. I got an apprenticeship after matric. Resigned from Nissan South Africa after I qualified. And I went to go and install sound on a pavement in Marabastad outside a sound shop. You know, I worked at Wimpy on a weekend in school for 3 Rand an hour. You know, I did catering at weddings. They hire caterers, and I used to earn $20 a night. That is where I come from, bruh. You know, and to be here and have what I have, I'm super grateful. It's been a very tough journey, but it's been a rewarding journey as well, you know. And my one wish is that I could find staff to help me grow it the way it could be.
I think you will. I mean,
I hope so.
I have a good feeling. I do think
hope
you
so,
will.
bro.
It's just about finding that right person. What
Yeah.
I've realized is that sometimes people, they do certain things, and the way I've started taking like losses and stuff like that, I try to look at them as a
Learning
positive
stuff.
thing.
Yeah. School
You know what I
fees.
mean? Yeah, that person was actually, he was never going to be in the picture.
Yeah.
His mindset wasn't there.
Yeah.
His work ethic wasn't there.
Yeah.
We-
Work
we-
ethic, bro.
We weren't the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From the get-go.
Yeah.
It's like I always tell all my staff, you might be a bit clever, like smarter than me. You might know this a bit better than me, but you will never outwork me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll make
100%.
sure if I have to, I will push
I need
as
to
hard.
give you that.
I need to
We
push as
think the
hard.
same, huh?
You have to, because
Yeah.
a lot of people also that don't kind of know me and don't understand my story.
Yeah.
I also grew up from a young age. I used to go to work with my dad on the weekends, and it wasn't sit in the office nice.
Yeah.
My dad would put me in the truck, and I'd probably be like 40 kgs, and he'd tell me, throw that 10 kg box off.
Sure.
Come, load. Like, he didn't raise me.
Yeah.
I wasn't babied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was no school holidays. School holiday, go to the shop from the morning to the night.
Yeah.
I still remember I used to cry. Oh, my friends are going go-karting.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You're coming
you need
with
to
me.
work.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it's those, I think that's what people don't understand. And people
Yeah.
don't realize that you can't come here to this shop,
Yeah.
work for 2 months.
And then you want to be a boss. You can't. You can't go anywhere, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, that's actually disrespect. I'd be ashamed.
Yeah.
I would honestly be ashamed if I came here. Let's say I came here tomorrow
Yeah.
and I worked. I would know. I would never. I'd actually be embarrassed to even come ask you for that
Yeah.
position or to say, let me go up. I'd be embarrassed.
Yeah.
You didn't work enough.
100%. Yeah.
You did not work enough.
No, of course, bro. And
That's the sad thing about people nowadays.
yeah. And again, you said you struggling. I know a lot of my friends that are also in businesses that are also struggling. So it's a nice topic. I'm glad we're having this discussion because maybe the viewers can share some of their stories, experiences, and maybe shed some light on how we can fix it. And you know, I think we can.
Definitely.
I think also social media has painted this picture of instant success. You know, and it's not like that.
No,
It's
ways.
definitely not like that.
No ways.
It's challenging.
It is, and that's the thing. Like, you have to get up from the challenge. Like, I even know myself. You can ask Katie how many times I'm just like, I have too much on my plate. I don't want to do this podcast. I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. And then it kicks back like, no,
You have
actually
to.
do.
Yeah.
This is your passion. If you
Yes.
really want it, you're gonna be at 2 minutes past 9,
Yeah.
you're going to do it.
Of course,
You know what I mean?
100%.
And I think that's also where passion comes into it.
Yes, and
But
that sets you apart also from everyone else. You know, if it's important to you, you'll find a way. If not, you'll make an excuse.
100%.
Reality.
100%.
Yeah.
I want to take it back a little bit. I think
Yeah.
we got very deep there.
Yeah, we
It's
did.
good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Like,
I hope this was the direction you wanted, bro.
That's exactly what I always tell all the guests. Like, I want my guests to ask me questions as well, because
Yeah.
this is not just about, yes, it's about art, but I don't want to sound like a hippie, but art's
Yeah.
around us at all times.
Yeah.
It's how you're going to perceive and how you're going to look at things.
Yeah.
This conversation, what we're doing right now, this
Yeah.
is an art form.
No, it
you know,
is.
in a way.
It is, yeah.
But let's take it back to cars.
Yeah.
I want to talk about trends in the
Yeah.
car scene.
Yeah.
Air is a huge thing now.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be, is that a fad? I think the car scene personally goes through fads and like it has its moments.
Yeah.
Do you think the classic look is always going to be classic?
Yeah.
And I think that's what will outlast everything.
Yeah.
Let's touch on what you think is just trendy now at the moment, or what's going to last forever.
So I would say that, to be honest with you, I'm kind of not someone that follows trends. The only trends I admit that I will follow is where the oaks overseas are, you know, and again we mentioned it earlier, the oaks in America, in Japan, in London, first world countries, access to parts, access to oaks that are highly skilled and qualified, so the level of their builds are always going to be way ahead of us, right? And for me, I feel that bags are always going to be in as long as the oaks overseas are doing it, you know?
Yeah.
I think purely because of us being a third world country and how weak our currency is, I don't think that split wheels are going to come into fashion. If you
Yeah.
got split wheels, it will change amongst the circle who grew up with split wheels. But I think the rap wheels, nothing wrong with it. Celeb is running raps.
Yeah.
And I think that will always be there because of affordability.
Yeah, split wheels are ridiculous. How
Yeah.
much is a set of split wheels now, for example?
Yeah, bro, about a crappy set that needs work is about 35K. That's realistically, if you are oak that's only got 40K budget on your car, you're either going to choose to buy the split wheel and you won't have money to refurb it, or you're going to think to yourself, I can put a wheel and I can bag my car.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You know, so
Obvious.
I'm bringing up this topic because it's very close to my heart, because I feel like in the SA car scene, there's a clique, animosity. The oaks that own one split wheel or two split wheels look down on people. And that's a problem for me. I don't
Yeah.
like it because I started
Nonsense.
with wrap wheels, bro. Celeb, the most famous E30 in Africa, running a set of auto styling chrome BBS wheels. I don't care.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
You know, so that's something that I think will continuously happen in future because of affordability and access, etc., etc. One thing I will tell you, and I love that I'm seeing, I love that the fact that the stance guys are now playing with different types of cars. So I'm seeing bagged Kia Picantos and
Yeah.
Rios, and I love it, you know.
We have a friend, sorry to cut you
Yeah.
off. We have a friend that has a bagged Datsun Go.
Oh, lovely, bruh. I love it.
So awesome.
Yeah, it's, you know, and I respect that because to that dude, the Datsun Go is like his car. He's a fan of it. You know, so he goes all out and he expresses himself on that particular car, you know. And that's what I love about the car scene. It's kind of changing now. Back in the day, you needed to have a Golf 1
Yeah.
with sound, or, you know, a Polo with sound, or, you know, there was certain, like a Stigma you needed to have.
Yes,
but
yeah.
now I love dude, I saw a bagged Uno. That was my second car.
That's legendary.
Yeah, I had a Uno, believe it or not. It had 412s.
412s.
412 in subs. I've actually got a picture of the certificate.
In a Uno.
Yeah, in a Uno with the back seats. I got a picture of it and I
Jeez.
got a certificate. I won a competition in Lodium. And I'm talking about 2004, 2005. I hit 155.5 dBs back then.
Yo.
Standard battery. I had thicker wire, so that was an achievement for me. But
jeez, that is loud for back then already. You're 155.
155 was good, and seeing a bagged Uno, I'm like, dude, if I still had that car, and I am where I am now, I would have bagged the car. You know, so I love that. It's encouraging, and it goes to show that the car scene is growing, and that's what I love.
I think what I want back in the car scene, because myself and Katie were in the car scene literally about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And for us, it was, yes, we loved cars. We loved looking at nice cars, but it wasn't about, I had racing hearts on my Ford.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everyone was like, damn, those look so good.
Yeah.
You know, X, Y, and Z. And I think people started losing the whole culture. You know, this is a culture. We like-minded people. We get together because we like the way this 318 sounds.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who built the exhaust system. It doesn't matter. And I think that's what people are forgetting. And hopefully it does come back. Because Katie actually asked me this question. He's like, do you miss it?
Yeah.
And I said to him, I was like, you know what? I actually do miss it.
Yeah.
I miss it because it was nice just getting together as friends. We had this one guy, his name was, he had a silver Golf 5 GTI, and he was always like the coolest guy, but he was always the friendly. What was his name? Chaba. Wasn't it Chaba? Yeah, it was Chaba. I'll always look up to that guy because he was always so welcoming, so friendly.
Yeah.
Didn't matter what car you had. And that for me is what I miss in the car scene and the car. I miss the culture. I miss the actual just getting together and enjoying cars.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether you have a
wrap
a
wheel
split wheel
or
that
whatever.
you imported directly from BBS in Germany and
Yeah.
even signed it and whatever. It's
Doesn't
not
matter.
about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bring
Yeah.
back the culture.
Yeah.
That's what I miss. Now, obviously there's been challenges, there's been lows, but you recently had a really high.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
shout out to InKabi.
Yeah, InKabi.
That's
South
everybody
Africa's
will
champ.
forever remember that car.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. Hopefully I'll be talking about it in my 80s and stuff like that. Let's touch on that. How was that experience for you? I've followed it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I know quite a bit about it, but obviously maybe my viewers do. I hope you guys do.
I hope you guys know. Yeah.
How was that for you?
Bro, so that is possibly the highlight of my career. I never expected it. I was telling you guys how I came about. Before I continue, how long is your videos? Because I can talk, bruh.
No, talk.
You sure?
Yeah, I think let's cap it at like an hour. Yeah.
What are we on now?
43 minutes.
Okay. Shut up. I'll try and make this quick.
But if it's longer, it's longer. I mean, I don't want to take too much of your time.
No, bro, I'm chill.
Okay.
So don't stress. You guys don't worry. Okay. So let me tell you about InKabi. So InKabi I bought because it was a retail therapy purchase. I love ISs.
I love your retail therapy.
Yeah, retail therapy. So yeah, I love ISs. I love E30s, but I love BMW. Funny story. I'm also obsessed with BMW because someone once told me I would never own a BMW. I'm not a BMW guy, and I'll never afford it. And that's been a little bit of a motivation factor. It was actually one of my cousins. Yeah.
Sorry to call your cousin an asshole.
Yeah.
You've got to motivate each other, don't you?
Yeah, no, 100%. And so I bought an IS and I took delivery of the car, and the agreement was that I could pay for the car when BMW confirms it's an IS. And BMW confirmed it's an IS, and I asked the guy 4 or 5 times for bank details, never gave it to me, and a week later he came to fetch the car because he could get a higher price. And then I was like super pissed because I sold one of my cars to buy the IS.
Yeah.
And now I needed a replacement. So I ended up buying InKabi. I sold 2 cars of mine to buy InKabi, which is the E9. And I had no plans to take the car anywhere or build the car because it was super stock. It was in very good condition, I thought. And then keyword I thought. And then I got the opportunity to attend the Gravity show in the UK at the NEC. And I ran the competition, or not the competition. I asked, because I like to get my viewers to interact with me on the comments. And I asked my viewers to select cars that they think we could build for the show. And the criteria was, it must be a car that is going to make an impact at the show. And it must be a car that we can realistically build within the 5-week time frame that we had. And
so you did this in 5 weeks as
5
well?
weeks, yeah.
Damn.
So I'll tell you about that. So my viewers narrowed it down to the 635 in Gamla, the Bahnfind IS, Celeb, and the E9. But the E9 had the least amount of work, we thought, right?
Least.
Yeah. So then we were just supposed to put a spoiler, PBS wheels, interior, and air suspension. Easy. 2-3 weeks we're done with the car, right? Bro, when we started, the amount of rust I found on the car, the soles were rotten.
I remember
The floor was rotten, and I'm like, I'm in it. The car is stripped to a shell. I can't pull out because the shipping is booked. I need to build this car. I need to finish this car. And the time frame we built the car was after hours, about 6 o'clock to 10, 11 in the evening, during load shedding.
Yeah.
So our schedule.
I'm going to cut you off. Do
Yeah.
you guys hear that?
Yeah.
6 o'clock to 10, 11 in the evening.
Yeah.
Past manager, please
Yeah.
take note.
Past manager went home. Chip was here with the team building the car. So very challenging, lot of hidden surprises. Some of the issues we faced with was the time frame to build the wheels. I couldn't import the hardware. So I had to send the wheels to High Tech. High Tech did an amazing job. Sponsor of mine as well. So I'll mention my sponsors in a bit. They have to get credit, and I'll tell you why. So we built the car in 5 weeks. We finished the car at the shipping yard. Had I not gotten the car to the shipping yard that morning, I would have missed the shipping date, and the next shipping date would mean that the car would arrive after the show. So that is how intense. Like, bro, I was stressed. I never slept for 5 weeks. My staff were like broken and tired. So it was very challenging. And to make matters worse, me thinking that a visa is easy, I applied for a visa, supporting documents, bro. I just put a bank confirmation letter and a proof of address. I don't put anything else because I didn't think that I needed to motivate my answer so much,
Yeah.
Bro, my visa got declined first time,
damn.
right? Now I'm stressing. Now I'm thinking,
As if the car wasn't stressful
it's
enough.
stressful enough, yeah. Then I'm like, okay, cool. I need to take the car on Friday. I got a second appointment on Thursday, right? I went to go and hand in my visa application, the second one, on the Thursday.
Yo.
The Friday, the car is leaving to go to the UK, right?
Oh my Lord.
Bro, that was like the craziest thing. When I phoned the Oaks that helped me with the visa, Blade Express, amazing guys, they helped me out big time. They were even under pressure because now they're following the journey on YouTube. And they're like, but what if it doesn't get approved? I say, there's no what if it doesn't get approved. It must get approved, right? Bro, I submitted. If I could have submitted my shoe size, I submitted my shoe size. Everything, just to get it approved.
Weight, jean size.
Everything. My matric results.
Everything.
So I've made a very detailed application with the invitation letter, with the sponsorship letters, with the shipping schedule, with screenshots of the YouTube video, with the comments of people saying, UK, please approve the visa, the sky's going,
Okay, so yeah, this one.
This one, I thought to myself, if it don't get approved, I'm making a call to Prince and I'm telling him, Bra, you need to approve it.
Make a plan.
Yeah, so that was stressful, but luckily the visa got approved. And the car arrived in London. I was stressing because, bro, I follow Raj, I follow E30JV, I follow a lot of guys, and their cars are like, wow, And I thought to myself, here's Chip and Chicanos going to Europe's biggest show. Am I good enough? And the car got there, and the day the car got there, I just took a train from Paddington to Middlesex. And as I got off the train, Palm phones me and he's like, yo, Chip, your car's here. Where are you? And I'm like, bro, I'm like walking I'm like 5 minutes away from you. So as I get there, the car's coming off the container.
Oh,
Now I'm stressing because
that must
now
have felt good.
it felt good, but I was stressed because the car got offloaded in Raja's warehouse. And in Raja's warehouse, bro, there's a bag 840, there's a 635, there's 3 E30 M3s, there's a CSL.
Oh, damn.
Now I'm like, okay, Chip, the E9 is amongst these cars. So I didn't feel like the car was good enough because we finished it at the last minute.
Yes, yeah.
The clear coat reacted because of the moisture.
Oh, damn.
Water pipe burst, air leak. The perspex fell off in the install. Now I'm stressing because the show is like 4 days away.
Yeah.
Raj Palm, amazing guys, car audio and security. They treated me like I was family. My brother went with me, Rustin. So they calming me down and saying, don't stress. We'll sort it out. Because, bro, it's a bigger show in Europe, UK.
Yeah, you want everything to be perfect. The car has to be perfect.
100%. And I mean, if I'm going to be put amongst cars that I've idolized, surely my car must be in a good state because that's a representation of South Africa.
Exactly.
Not Chicanos, but everyone will think that is South Africa's quality.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, automatically they're just going to think
100%. So anyway, Raj and them and their team, yes, dude, like, I wish we had more time, right? But I've never experienced hospitality like that in my life from anyone. I've been to shows in Cape Town, in Durban. Okay, Durban, the Oaks were very nice with us. But these Oaks went out of their way. I mean, Palm gave 2 of his Oaks during working hours to sort out the car. You know, my good buddy E30 JV, he owns the best E30 Cabrio in the world. He literally, like, he's a legend in the E30 scene worldwide, right? He was busy polishing the wheels. He was polishing the chrome because he wanted the car. He was excited to be a part of it. He arranged the detailer, R&R detailing. Did a fantastic job, sorted out the issues on the paint. The car looked brand new when he was done. I haven't seen detailing like that ever in my life.
Yeah.
E30 JV didn't want me to pay for the detailing. They organized the park off. They took us out for supper. We never paid. You know, they were so bro, like I promise you, I get emotional because I've never experienced that. You know,
they've got that culture.
They got that culture, that unity.
That culture where we hear no matter whose car is going to go on stage,
we're sorting it out.
We're going to make a plan. We're gonna fix it. Why? Because we love cars.
We love cars, and it's for the love of cars, you know? And that was emotional for me because, again, I've never experienced that. I hit another snag. So because the detailer was a bit busy, he couldn't come the Wednesday, he could only come the Thursday, right?
Okay.
So the tow truck, I canceled it and I tried to move it. And when I phoned back to move it, he couldn't take it because he already got booked. So now I'm sitting at Raja's place without the tow truck to get my car to Birmingham for the show, which it needs to be there at Friday at 8 o'clock because the car is going on the podium. No tow truck. Eventually we got a tow truck. I left Birmingham I left Rajanam's place at 7 o'clock in the evening. I got to Birmingham about 9:30. I phoned Jordan from Slammed UK. Amazing hospitality again. Chip, don't stress. You can take the car in Thursday evening. Just phone me when you're at the gate. Phoned him when I'm at the gate. Dropped the car off. That was sorted, right?
Damn.
So then the car ran out of fuel. Now I need to check into my hotel. I don't have a car. There's no one around the NEC. Who do I ask to go and buy fuel? Because I need to pull the car into the hall, onto the trailer so it can get offloaded onto the podium. Who do I phone, bruh? I asked the tow truck driver, dude, please, I don't know anyone here. Please take me just to go get fuel. I went to go and buy fuel. So it was crazy up until the car went on the podium. But I can tell you the most heartwarming thing for me was the fact that as a South African, we got to be on an international platform in front of the stage of Europe's hottest show.
Yeah.
We had tons of South Africans that came through that are staying in the UK to come and support us. So much so one oak traveled 8 hours
Jeez.
to come and sit and spend the 2 days with us. And he wore his South African outfit and he stood next to InKabi and he's telling everyone, this guy's from South Africa. Anyone that would come and talk, because we had the South African flag, because he was wearing South African, they thought he was part of the crew.
He was the mascot.
He was the mascot, bruh. So that was heartwarming for me, because it just goes to show the potential that we can unite if we want to.
100%.
And during like extreme circumstances throughout South Africa's history, we've united as a country. So I believe we can unite our car culture. We just got to kill a few egos.
Yeah, kill the egos and then things will be good.
100%.
And it's only going to benefit the actual.
No, of course, bro.
It's going to make it way better. It's going to benefit everyone, from the guy that has reps to the guy that has
100%,
BBSs from Germany.
For the love of cars,
100%. And I think that's also, I've always said this, I'm super proudly South African. I will always be. And like it happened today. I saw 3 young guys walk into my business and they looked straight out of like a hip hop American music video. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, like, they don't understand how unique they are.
Yeah.
The rest of the world looks at South Africa and they like, damn, I want to be like them. I want to sound like them.
Yeah.
That's why do you think Amapiano is blowing up?
Nasty C, Maporisa,
everyone.
Uncle Waffles, they doing big things overseas.
In Europe, they're not, you know what I mean? So, and that's what I always try to push with everybody, is just, you're South African. You have a unique flair.
We're unique.
Take advantage of it.
100%.
Don't go now try to be somebody else. It's the same thing you do with the cars. It's your unique flair.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it. Keep doing it, and look at InKabi.
Yeah.
It's the perfect example. You know, forget about trying to be like
OEM plus and this and that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Make it your style. Make it unique to you, and it's gonna.
100%.
We're lucky enough to have that, flair, that South African, style.
We have it.
People must just embrace it.
No, you must. Don't be shy of it. It's your culture, it's your heritage, it's who we are, bro.
Exactly. To end off, even though I think we could sit and chat here for like another hour.
Yeah.
But to end off, what would you say to anybody wanting to now start their
journey?
Customizing, or I wouldn't call it a customizing store, but like you said, their journey in diving into cars and customizing cars. What would you say to them? One piece of advice.
So I have 3 values that I try and implement in my personal life and in my business. And it's worked for me, and it's worked for a lot of people that exercise the same values, right? You must have passion in what you're doing. If you're doing it for the money, you'll never be successful, right? Having passion gives you your purpose, right? Integrity is so important in everything that you do, especially in this business, because a lot of people have horror stories. I took my car here, my parts got stolen. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. Each business has challenges, but if you make a mistake, fix it. Have integrity, whether the client sees it or not. Don't be dishonest. Honesty, integrity, that'll take you.
It goes a long way.
100%.
Long way.
And very important, you touched on it, work ethic. Work ethic beats talent every time. So don't be lazy. It's not going to come instantly. You got to work for it. And when you go through hardship, difficulty, and you sacrifice like what we're doing now, it's more rewarding and you earn it, So that's my advice I can give to people that are starting their journey in whatever, whether you're a chef, whether you want to be an architect.
That applies to everything.
Everything
in life.
That's
career, anything.
That's been my secret. It's no longer a secret because I try and publicize it always. But that's advice that I can give to people that are starting out. So yeah.
Want to shout out your sponsors? Where can we find you?
Sharp. So massive shout out to my sponsors, V's Auto Pipes, High Tech Mag Repairs, MFH Powder Coating, Shazad, hooked me up with the BBS wheels. Who else are my sponsors? Elux sponsored me the Air Ride kit. You guys are amazing. CNR Global Logistics, bro. UK company, never met them before. They went out of their way to assist me with the shipping. They contributed a portion of the shipping. They've been amazing, so shout out to them. Slammed UK, Jordan and the team. They were amazing. They treated us like royalty at the show. I'm definitely coming back next year. I want to build 2 cars to bring for you guys. So please make sure that you guys check my YouTube channel. Raj, Palm, Car Audio and Security team, Jay and the guys, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for everything you did for me. You guys treated me like family. And E30 JV and the crew, Sam, E30 V8, my good friend M3 Riley, James from South Africa, moved to the UK. Yo, bro, what a legend. Took us out every night. Helped me with the car. Chats to me even now, checking if I'm okay. When am I coming back? The friendships I made on Instagram and the guys I met, you guys are amazing. I wish you guys everything of the best. And also, you need to get a shout out.
Damn. Well, thank you.
And let me tell you why. I can see this is your passion, but you don't understand how much you are doing for us. You are allowing us to share our passion, number one, and also give us exposure, you know, and that's important. You guys don't understand what a big role you play when you create these opportunities, because everyone's got a story. Some people don't want to buy a book and read it, you know, they want to watch and see stuff like this. So a massive shout out to you. Thank you for having me. I know I've been talking a lot, guys, but I love talking. I love sharing my passion and that.
100%. I mean, like I said, if it was up to me, we'd sit and chat for like another hour, but we don't want you guys to fall asleep.
Yeah, please. No, hopefully it's not boring.
No, definitely not. If they're bored, then...
Yeah. Thanks. And Katie. You're the man.
And in Industry Bakery for the Gatsby.
Save the best for last. That Gatsby
was next level.
I've just been seeing posts on Industry Bakery, and I never got an opportunity to go try their food. And when Katie mentioned that he's bringing Industry Bakery, I was like, yo, I'm excited. And then when the meal came, preparation... Yes, I whacked it. I won't lie. I loved it. So thank you to Industry Bakery. And also thank you for a shout out. Appreciate it.
Thank you to them. The Gatsby was amazing.
Yeah.
But too big.
Yeah.
It's enough to feed at least about 6-7 people.
Yeah.
But we tried our best. We failed. InKabi is sitting nicely now. But yeah, thank you for the shout out. It's like I said to you in the beginning, and I think I'll continue to say this forever. I really do appreciate the fact that you took out the time. You know, it is late at night. You didn't have to do this. This isn't going to benefit your platform. Hopefully one day it does.
Yeah.
That's what I'm pushing, and that's why I'm working hard. But I really do appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. I wish I could be giving you a gift now, but
it's okay.
We'll get to that. Thank you guys if you've got to this far. I really do appreciate you guys as well. Please leave a like, a comment. If you disliked it, it's fine as well.
Yeah.
And you know, it is what it
perfect.
is. Exactly. We know we're learning, we're trying every day. But yeah, like would be great. Please subscribe. Please head over to Chicano's Customs YouTube channel. Please subscribe to their channel as well. Leave a comment on their videos. Their content is next level. I mean, guys, if you like cars, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Peace.
No lekker.
Thank you, guys.
Cool.
Thanks, Chip.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. And like, subscribe. Please, we need support.
Thank you, guys. Shut.
Cool.
Thanks. Lekker.
Sharp.
Cut. Awesome.
Sharp.